All right, let's get to a series of stories that we think are worth your time. The Oregonian looked into the spending by Washington County's sewer agency. Hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars going towards luxury trips to Hawaii and lunches at restaurants around town, all while people in the county have to pay higher rates on their bills. Okay, Jamie Goldberg, a politics editor at the Oregonian, started looking into public records around the agency called Clean Water Services after the newsroom got a tip about their spending. Clean Water Services takes care of the sewer systems in the county. And about 9 years ago, they also formed a subsidiary insurance company. But Clean Water Services decided the insurance company was going to be based in Hawaii and that they would send their executives on a trip there every year.
They based it in Hawaii because they said the business climate in Hawaii was more favorable than the business climate in Oregon or other states that they reviewed. The Hawaii requires that they send at least one board member to Hawaii each year to participate in an annual board meeting. So they would have to have sent at least one person having that captive insurance company based in Hawaii. However, they decided, and they've said it's because they felt it was educational to send board members to this annual conference. They decided to host their board meeting in Hawaii in conjunction with this annual insurance conference, and they sent their entire board to Hawaii every year.
And this wasn't your average business trip. The executives were flying first class and staying in premium rooms at 5-star resorts in Hawaii. The trip in 2023, the Oregonian reports, cost taxpayers $42,000 alone. Now, Goldberg says Clean Water Services justified the cost because their executive director needed ADA accommodations. But Goldberg says she called the hotel where she stayed and they told her that cheaper, accessible rooms were available. Goldberg also looked into how much Clean Water Services was spending on dining, both locally and when they traveled. She found the agency was going out to lunch often, and that over a 5-year period, they spent more than $440,000 on meals. To put that into perspective, they compared how much similar government agencies spent on food. Clean Water Services spent 4 times as much as their counterparts in the city of Portland and Clackamas County during that same 5-year period combined. Now, while all this was happening, people in Washington County got a 4% rate hike on their sewer bills. Goldberg says the auditor in Washington County wants to look into it, but she can't, because Clean Water Services is considered an independent special district under Washington County's charter, not a county agency. Now, there are still a lot of unanswered questions about how much Clean Water Services is actually spending.
Because they were based in Hawaii, they told us that they didn't believe they were subject to Oregon public records law. And the agency itself refused to answer questions for the most part that had to do with the insurance company. So we essentially kept getting referred to the insurance company. We're told we couldn't get records from them. So this was an ongoing conversation back and forth. They did ultimately provide some records, but there are records that we still haven't been able to get. There are 4 trips to Hawaii that agency executives have gone on that we do not know which executives went or how much was spent to send them there. And there were specific receipts that we wanted to look at for the 2023 conference with hotel rooms for certain executives. And because the insurance company said it wasn't subject to Oregon public records law, we haven't been able to access those receipts.
Clean Water Services sent us a statement regarding the Oregonian's reporting, saying Clean Water Services is dedicated to being good stewards of public resources and trust. We take seriously the issues highlighted by the Oregonian and are committed to improvement. The Clean Water Services Board will meet next week to confirm immediate next steps, which we will share with the public once approved. 3 parts of the investigation are up now on OregonLive.com. Now, whether you live in Washington County or not, it is fantastic journalism and certainly worth your time.